Glad to have you with us from Fort Worth, Texas, today at Amon G. Carter Stadium, and we will see who comes out victorious in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see a team from the American, the Rice Owls, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Texas State Bobcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Rice's offense is on the field for the first time today. And Jesse, they've got a running back that they'd love to feature in this if he is able to answer the challenge.
Yeah, and listen, this guy might not be a Heisman finalist, but he can break off long runs. And this defense, David, they better be ready. They better pack a lunch, show up today, and try to get hats to the football.
Breaks into the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. They go to the ground. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. On the run, it's Jackson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. And he's still running after the move. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Finds a little space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Owls!
Now, coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did, and they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Texas State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can...
Oh, he's got some space. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They'll run it from the gun. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
And the Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Neutral zone infraction will push the ball up 5 yards. After that encroachment penalty, it's now 1st and 5. Got it behind the line. It's Smith. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Bobcats come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
Yeah, and when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
And the Bobcats send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. On the option. He'll toss it. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. They'll run this play from the pistol. They'll leave it with him. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. Defense did a really good job stringing that one out.
You got to see the counter when you start to pull guys, understanding I'm going to spill that ball, make sure it bounces outside, out wide, doesn't come downhill. Great job by the defense understanding that and pursuing to the football.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Here's the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Jackson gonna throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. The Bobcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw on 3rd. Spits it out to the back. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
And the Bobcats will go for it on 4th down. Throwing right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the period, and Rice is on top. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. The play action fake. He's going to throw deep right side. Makes the catch at the 20. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Owls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They're testing the right side here. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love the awareness by the defense there. 3rd and long, everybody in the building thinking this is going to be a pass, but up front, they were very, very aware that they might see run, and they did a really good job playing with their eyes. They rally to the ball, they get the TFL, and now they set up 4th and long.
They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. He'll pull it on the read. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7, 2 wideouts either side. Jackson will throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Sparks. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
He'll keep it himself. Turning it on! Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Woo, deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
The Bobcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Quarterback on the keeper. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decisions, so I love it here. 3rd down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Catch in the middle, it's Sparks. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
It's complete to the left. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got a can.
Smashes through the tackle. And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the 2.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
On the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Pocket breaking down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And they'll send out the field goal unit. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. This is now a 7-point game.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner will be dragged down. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback, and too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
And the Owls, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Turner. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The give on the counter. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the 1st down on 3rd and long. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, hard not to enjoy the pageantry and the meaning of this great game. And, of course, it helps to have had ourselves an eventful first half in the Armed Forces Bowl. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half of the Armed Forces Bowl.
Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
He'll do it himself. Find some fresh air. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Jackson gonna throw it. Pressure coming. Had to get rid of it quickly. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
And the Bobcats line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Special teams coming through. As they pin him back, they'll mark it dead at the 10. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. He'll pull it on the read. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
Well, that time on 3rd down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced a negative play, now setting up 4th down.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. That first punt was a beauty. They'd take another one just like it. Hauls it in, looking for space. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
It didn't look to me, guys, like the QB and his target were on the same page on that outbreaking route. I'm not sure if they both thought it was man or zone or what was happening, but I think that helped lead to the incompletion.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Jackson will throw. Gets rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, it's a great place to be for an offense. You got the whole playbook available, and they choose to pass. The defense did a really good job playing the pass, and 4th down now, it's decision time for you.
The Bobcats will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Under fire. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll give it to the back. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
It's reverse. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
The Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Ooh, that's one of those where you're breathing a big sigh of relief. That ball could have been intercepted, and worse, could have been intercepted and housed, but offense caught a little bit of a break. Nice play by the defense, but the offense glad to punt in this situation if they want to punt.
Kick is in the air. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Jackson gonna throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Sparks. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
And the Bobcats are on the move. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
That's a bang-bang play, three-step slant. They rep this over and over in practice so they can go out and execute it on game day like that.
They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Caught behind the line. It's Sparks. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Four wide receivers spread out on 2nd and 6. Looking to throw again. Under fire. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Jackson will throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Anderson. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Reel zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. So an 82-yard drive there, and they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Bringing the heat. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Well, this is the point of a game in the fourth quarter where turnovers matter so much. The defense knows if they can just find a way to steal a possession, they're giving themselves an opportunity to win it, and they do it right there. Physical play, you see the speed, and they're able to create the TO.
Great place to start for this offense. Jackson gonna throw it. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
The Bobcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Really nice discipline by that receiver against man coverage because you know that throw is going to be contested with a defender in your back pocket. He fights back to the football. He fights through contact and shows really strong hands on the catch.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That puts them on top here in the 4th.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the fourth quarter to take the lead, they just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Rushes on him. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
And the Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's Turner. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd fires one high and deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. Off play action. Finds his tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, third and long coming up. Caught in the backfield, it's Burgess. Still running up for 40. Breaks into the open. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Jackson will throw. Got his man downfield. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. And the Bobcats have their offense in high gear. Two-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Bobcats will have it 1st and 10. Looks like the offense will just take a knee.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Quarterback's just going to take a knee.
That's a nice job by this defense, getting in the backfield quick. They got in there so fast, anticipating pass on 3rd and long, but they reacted so well to the run, get the tackle for a loss, and now probably going to force the punt here.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. They bring him down. A last gasp effort on that return comes up empty, and that's going to do it for this one.